This is called Precarious Life. The young are drinking wine, swilling whiskey, and prophesizing gut rot in their weakening vocabularies. The spine is a sinking rail yard, somewhere in Indiana or Iowa, just west of nowhere. They're going on to the great big afterwards, without a red cent, a pencil, with their dicks in their hands. The library is missing from America's skyline. They've institutionalized the word, the tongue, the daring of speech so long ago, we don't remember the muscles for ache, the mouth for no, the touch of a wind that didn't stink of precarity. It's called In Progress. In progress. To move forward or onward in space or time. A paper fog crawls in through the space below my door, sits heavy and calculating, climbs over my toes, drags the long drives to nowhere through the kaleidoscope tilt of a cigarette filter. There's a war in progress. The pen scratching on her clipboard is 6 years old. Can I call this war by its victories, landscape it feminine? Can I see her fingernails, swallow the pulse of a love so strong we don't have the throat for no? A pregnant teenager tries to hang herself in an Indiana fog. The infant is born for 4 days, and she's charged with his murder. I am collecting all the women hanging from the rafters, contemplating 16 stories of sidewalk. I am pinned under the impossible weight of an ongoing history. I have internalized every body that's ever been thrown under the tracks. I am cataloging her silence, watching it fly into the window like a wounded bluebird. There's a war in progress, movement as toward a goal to advance. An olive-skinned woman with almond eyes is marked as virgin territory. The guards snap photos of the progress. 10 states where abortion is brought back to the back alleys on technicalities. When the hypothetical arguments in my head get loud, she can hear them. The war is a fog, strangling our collective body, limp and penetrable. I am searching desperately for a way to scream loud enough to break the glass open, let out hundreds of years of hallelujah.
That's 4 times?
I have one more. Sorry. Okay, this is from a series that I'm working on about war, like in terms of the war on women, or like the war on women's bodies. And it's called Lucy. This is June 9th. She's lonely. The worthlessness runs so deep it's more a part of her than her skin. She was in love once. She almost didn't survive. She's told every guy she slept with that he was the best she's ever had, and it's always true. Everything's true in the moment. It's all untrue as it suits her whim. She becomes easily infatuated and mistakes it for love. It wears off after 3 months. That's the lucky number. Love is something you arrive at, something that grows inside your belly like a watermelon, only not at all, and not in your belly. Maybe she's never been in love. Sometimes she thinks she's in love with her own ideas. She doesn't let people get close. Nobody knows her. Nobody would know for at least 3 days if she went missing. He gave her that deep-pitted shrinking, the kind that keeps at it for days after a sleight of mouth transforms her into something soft, crooked, and without wings. She grows goosebumps in a small garden at the back of her mouth. The drawstrings of her throat constrict more often than she laughs. She laughs a lot. Sometimes she confuses when she should laugh and when she should cry, and does both at once. When she talks, she never says the right words. She says them the right way, though, the way she means them to be said, and she's never had a problem being understood. It's the face you make, the way your voice rises and falls, and the emphasis and the eyes. The words don't intrinsically mean anything to her, so she wraps them in sincerity or sarcasm or deep-seated denial and hands them over, saturated and poignant. When she fights, she uses feelings, not words. No one wins, no one is right, and nothing is pitted in logic or strategy. Emotions bubble over and get loud, and it ends in a hug, and everything's okay. Nobody's ever taken care of her, and no one ever will. She's got a delicate face, but turns to stone in a way that makes her type of soft invisible. There's something about her that makes men weak, and men don't like to be weak, so by weak, I mean there's something about her that makes men want to destroy her. Her eyes are too big, and her chin is too small, and she feels nice to touch. It's all so misleading. Nobody's ever touched her. Nobody ever will. She's got an earthquake mapped onto her body. Her arms are always swinging. Her ankles can't hold the weight of her faults, and her neck is held onto her body with a pin. She's 2 sizes too small, and he tries to put her on anyway. He'll never know what she looks like under her dress. The mirror stopped looking back 4 days ago. Sometimes she forgets who she is. Sometimes the self-destruct switch gets stuck in a neutral position and she rolls down hills until she's 5 years old again. Sometimes she's a miracle. She mispronounces words and can't remember names. She takes long walks with no destination in mind, only the act of movement. She can't sit still when she's upset. She knows how to make eye contact with her floor. The world has her hogtied in the backseat of a white van. Her heartbeat is a mantra. Anything is possible.